If I'm raising my voice a little, it's because I'm in one of the busiest parts of London. You're currently looking at number 1 London, which is an address I'd quite like to have myself. However, it belongs to the Duke of Wellington, one of the most significant landowners in the entire city of London. And we're now at Hyde Park Corner, and this wonderful monument you see is the first large piece of architecture en route to Buckingham Palace coming from the west. And Hyde Park Corner is a huge, huge roundabout. When I was a student at Guildhall, I used to come in on my Honda 90cc motorbike, and I had to navigate this incredibly large roundabout. But as you'll see, there are so many lanes of traffic, and on my first attempt, I had to go around 6 times before I could finally peel off and escape this manic roundabout. We're now on Lambeth Bridge, which is west of the Houses of Parliament, and this is one of the main bridges across the River Thames. In the distance you can see the London Eye, and the next bridge is Westminster Bridge. And just beyond that, on the right-hand side of the river, on the south bank, is the Royal Festival Hall. And when I was on trial with the London Symphony Orchestra for the principal flute chair in the 1980s, I had a rehearsal for a concert in the evening at the Royal Festival Hall. The rehearsal was at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I left incredibly early to get there on time. So by 8:30 I was just the other side of Parliament Square in my car, and thinking, I'm going to stroll this, I'll have a coffee when I get there, have a chance to warm up, perfect. But at 8:30, just outside Parliament Square, the traffic stopped. And to cut a long story short, I arrived at the festival hall at 11:15 in the morning. Now, I was on trial for a job, so I was absolutely terrified that that was the end of it. But with no radio in the car, what had happened was, in the Thames, they discovered an unexploded World War II bomb that they had to dismantle, so all traffic came to a halt. Unfortunately, even at 11:15, I was the 6th person in the orchestra to arrive. As a child, I was a chorister at Canterbury Cathedral, and it was a wonderful building in which to sing and to start my musical life. And behind me, this building is Lambeth Palace, and it's the home of the Archbishop of Canterbury when he's in London. And what I love about this building is there's always been a degree of antagonism between the church and the state, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, in his great wisdom, opted to keep a stretch of water between himself and the politicians. And finally, since we're by water, this piece of paper I discovered when I was cleaning out a drawer the other day, and I think it's something that we should all take note of. It's from the Evening Standard, the London Evening Standard, September the 25th, 1978, and the headline is "Navy Halts Pedalo Bid." Paris. A naval patrol boat has picked up a solitary navigator on a pedalo 3 miles off La Boye on the Atlantic coast. The 35-year-old man, who has not been named, said he was, quote, fed up with France and peddling to the US. He was persuaded to take a rest in a psychiatric hospital. Until the next time, goodbye.